Hi friends, welcome to Sociodemic. Today we are going to discuss about cognitive development theory proposed by Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky. This comes under UGC NET paper 1 teaching aptitude where learners characteristics and academic, emotional and cognitive. See, learners has a different characteristics. These characteristics are academic, emotional and cognitive. Today we are going to discuss about only cognitive characteristics. How cognitive development occurs in a child, the growth and development of cognitive abilities of a child. So Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky has a different approach. These two educational psychologists has proposed this cognitive development theory, which is very important and comes under our exam perspective. First of all, we are going to understand what is cognition. See, cognition is a capability of our mind or brain. Cognition refers to a mental process involved in acquiring, processing, storing, and using information already stored information. First of all, acquiring information, new information, and that process that particular information, and storing that particular information, and using that information when we recall it. So it encompasses the wide range of intellectual functions. This is called basically a cognitive development. See, what are there in the cognitive development means perception. For example, interpreting sensory inputs. What is a sensory input? See, we have a different sensory organs like nose, tongue, skin, eyes. These are all called sensory organs. See, we get inputs continuously to these sensory organs. Through these inputs directly go to the mind, and mind interpret it, and we can understand, oh, this is the this type of input. For example, we just went to some kitchen, and there is a beautiful smell of a particular dish like biryani. See, biryani has a beautiful smell. Our nose sense that and send it to our brain process it and understand it. So this is the smell of a biryani. So this is called perception. So likewise, our brain has different functions in the cognitive development: perception, attention, focusing on specific stimuli. See, in earlier example, we have smell a good smell of biryani, focusing on that particular smell and understanding this what type of biryani it is. Is it a chicken biryani and mutton biryani? We have to interpret that. So earlier we have experienced the similar smell, so we can recollect the memory from that brain, so that encoding and storing and retrieving information, so we can recall the similar information we have experienced earlier. Later on, acquiring new knowledge, no, we don't have experience that particular smell in earlier. So learning, so this belongs to this type of smell, belongs to this particular dish. So upgrading our skills. Next, logical thinking and problem solving. See, we can't understand that type of smell, and we are understanding this type of smell belongs to, oh, this type smell belongs to this particular dish. So that the reasoning, logical reasoning, we have to solve the problem, so we can able to understand that particular smell belongs to that particular dish. Later on, evaluating options and choosing actions. So we have understand the type of smell, and we can choose the action. This is the type of chicken biryani or mutton biryani. Has we have that biryani or not? This is called comes under decision making. So language, understanding, speech and writing, and creativity and generate novel ideas, solutions all comes under cognition. These are the functions of the brain, and these have a different stages from child birth to the adulthood. There are different stages of cognitive development that has been proposed by Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky. Next, so who is Jean Piaget? Jean Piaget is a Swiss psychologist, and he is a pioneer in developmental psychology. Developmental psychology and educational psychology. His theories are more prominent in educational psychology and focus on how children construct knowledge, and also his theory is called constructivism. So Jean Piaget theory is also called constructivism. This is very important. So key concept, children actively build their understanding through interaction with environment. See, in earlier example, what we have discussed, there is a smell from outside, that is environment. There is a stimuli. The stimuli is encountered by our sensory organ. So that comes under environment. So through this encounter, through this interaction, the cognitive development of child develop in a different stages that has been proposed by Jean Piaget. See, in Jean Piaget theory, there are mainly three types of functions. These are schemas and adaptation process and equilibration. See, schemas is a word, nothing but it is an idea. See, these are the technical word we have to remember. What is schemas? Schemas is just an idea. See, for example, a bird is, children think bird. Bird has two feathers. See, bird fly in the sky. This is a schema of bird. Child think, a 2-year old child think bird. Bird has two feathers and fly in the sky. This is a schema of the bird. He don't know anything other than these two things. Bird has two feathers and fly in the sky. See, basic mental construct used to organize knowledge. For example, a baby schema for grasping or a child schema for dogs. See, dog is a one schema. Dog has four legs and one tail. This is a schema of dog. So when new experiences are either assimilated, fitted into existing schema, or accommodated schemas are modified to fit new information. See, take this example, bird. See, child has a schema of bird. One day, child saw a aeroplane. Child thinks that this is a bird. Why? Because aeroplane has two wings and it has fly in the sky. And later her mother corrected, no, this is not a bird, this is a aeroplane. People travel in it and it is a non-living thing. So child has understood and compare assimilation, adaptation process. Next, assimilation, interpreting the new information in terms of existing schemas. Existing schema is a bird and he has compared to the bird with the airplane. See, bird has two wings, and it is flying on the sky. Aeroplane is also has two wings. It is also flying on the sky. He has compared to the bird and aeroplane, and his mother has given clarity regarding aeroplane. Aeroplane is a non-living thing, and people travel in it. So the comparison is called assimilation. The comparison between existing schema bird and a new schema aeroplane. This is called assimilation. Later on, after getting clarity, adjusting schemas to incorporate new information. No, aeroplane is a different thing. So, new schema has erupted and he has stored that new schema in his brain. That is called accommodation. Adjusting schema to incorporate a new information. Example, learning that cats and dogs are different. Here I told you four legs, one tail, dog. So after seeing the cat, he also thinks this is also dog because cat has also four legs and one tail. Later on, his mother has given clarity. No, this is cat, different to the dog. So he has stored a new schema cat. This is called accommodation. In that way, child, a 2 year old child gradually acquired the new knowledge comparing with the old knowledge. This is proposed by the Jean Piaget. So next, equilibration. Equilibration is nothing but the balance between assimilation and accommodation. Assimilation is between comparison between old schema and new schema. Accommodation is storing new schema. So the difference between accommodation and assimilation. So the distance between accommodation and assimilation is more. There is a disequilibrium. So the distance between assimilation and accommodation is less. This is the good balance between the, this is called equilibration. The distance is more, that is called disequilibration. The distance is less, that is called equilibration. So in that way, child acquire new knowledge with the comparison of old knowledge. So this is the, and next, the stages of cognitive development. See how the child acquire new knowledge at what age. So that depends on the age. The cognitive development is depend on the age of the child. So first, there are four stages, that is sensory motor stage, pre-operational stage, concrete operational stage, and formal operation stage. So next, what is the sensory motor stage? Sensory motor stage is from birth to 2 years. See, say 2 years baby has a less and very less cognitive abilities. He failed to understand everything, almost everything. He just has seeing, hearing, and touching. These are the three sensory organs. See, other than that, he doesn't have any cognition. He doesn't store anything in his brain. So, infants learn through sensory experiences. See, first a 2 year child first develops the touching. Seeing is the last sensory perception. First he feels the touch. He easily differentiate the touch of his mother and others. So sensory experience and motor actions, grasping and sucking, they develop object permanence, the understanding that object exists even when out of the sight. See, object permanence is a very important keyword. I will explain in the further slides. Example, a baby shackle a rattle motor action and enjoys the sound. See, baby toys, you may very well understand that baby has a toys that make the sound, he hear the sound and enjoy that sound. That is called a sensory feedback. That shackles a rattle. Next, see, remind it object permanence. I will explain the object permanence in next further subsequent slides. Next, pre-operational stage, 2 to 7 years. What is the pre-operational stage? In this stage, symbolic thinking, use of language and pretended play. See, pretended play means symbolic play. Symbolic play means, see, child see here, child think a banana as a phone. He is playing banana like a phone. He is talking to the banana. Why see, elders are talking in a cell phone. He is thinking that banana as a phone. This is called symbolic play. In this stage, 2 to 7 years, child develop symbolic play and symbolic thinking, use of language, with the use of language. And next, in this stage, egocentrism. This is also a important keyword of Jean Piaget. Earlier, object permanence, and next, egocentrism. And I will explain what is egocentrism in a subsequent slides. And lack of conservation. So lack of conservation means not understanding that the quantity remains the same despite changes in the shape and appearance. See, here also conservation. So now we have encountered three keywords, that is object permanence, and egocentrism, and conservation. See, these keywords are very important in Jean Piaget theory. See, questions comes only these three keywords. What is object permanence, and in which stage it occurs? What is egocentrism and which stage it occurs? What is conservation and which stage it occurs? So I will explain in subsequent slides about these three keywords. And next, concrete operational stage, that is from 7 to 11 years. Key features of the concrete operational stage is logical thinking about concrete and physical object. See, what is concrete and what is abstract? See, hen is concrete, heaven is abstract. See, nobody has seen the heaven, but everybody has seen the hen. See, pen. Pen is a concrete object, but paradise is an abstract thing. See, nobody has seen the paradise. It is an idea in our mind, but nobody has seen or experienced the paradise. In the same way, brain is a concrete organ in our body, but mind is an abstract thing. What it consists, we don't know. Everybody use these two words interchangeably, brain and mind, but we don't know what is exactly what is the mind. But we know everything about everything means we know it is an organ, it stores information, it will think. So we can very well know the brain. So these are called concrete objects or concrete things, but these are called heaven, paradise, mind. These are the abstract things. So in this stage, logical thinking about concrete, that is physical objects. There is no abstract thinking here. See, remind that conservation is mastered. So I will explain the what is conservation in next slide. So difficulty with abstract and hypothetical ideas. I told you, abstract. What is abstract ideas? here difficulty with abstract and hypothetical ideas. He failed to understand what is abstract things. And example, child understand that flattening a ball clay chain, it is a conservation. So I will explain conservation in a subsequent slides. They can sort objects by size, color and shape. See, these are all physical activities. He is mastered in physical activities but failed to understand the abstract things. Here next, formal operational stage, that is 12 plus years. So key features, he can understand what is abstract and hypothetical reasoning. So he understand what is heaven. Okay, heaven is like is there a lot of food, lot of enjoyment is there in heaven. He understand, but he can't experience and he can't see. He understand what is heaven, what is paradise, and what is mind. Abstract and hypothetical thinking start from this 12 years. So problem solving abilities using with logic and scientific thinking develop from this stage, and future oriented thoughts also comes from this stage. For example, plans long term goals. If I study now, I will get into a good college. See, this is the long term goal start from the 12 plus years. Solve the algebra problems. See, you may understand that why algebra is introduced after the 7th class and 8th class. This is abstract math. Say abstract things understand after the 12 plus years. Before the 12 years, he failed to understand abstract things. Because of that, see, there is no algebra in 4th class, 3rd class, 2nd class. And next, so I told you, that is the Piaget key terms. What is egocentrism? Egocentrism is experienced in pre-operational stage, age 2 to 7. See, egocentrism is nothing but he failed to understand the other's perspective. For example, two children are playing. One children has a toy, a small toy. He is playing with the toy. See, second child also want the toy, but first child refused to give this toy to the second child. See, second child will get upset. Why? He didn't get the toy. But first child failed to understand why he is upset, because the first child always thinks about his own perspective and his own things and fail to understand the other's perspective, why he is upset. See, you can very well observe the children, they refuse to share their toys at particular age, 2 to 7 years. He just he doesn't accept to give his toy to the other child. This is called egocentrism, and egocentrism is a normal thing which experienced by every child. See, another example, a child hides under a blanket and thinks, if we can't see you, you can't see me. See, he failed to understand the other's perspective. See, if I can't see you, I can't see you, you can't see me. The other's perspective. He failed to understand the other's perspective. This is called egocentrism. Next, object permanence. Object permanence experienced in which stage? It is a sensory motor stage, 0 to 2 years. What is the object permanence? For example, in this example, single child plays with this toy. For example, this toy is not visible after some time. He never search for the toy. He failed to understand this toy is there even though I can't see it. A baby searches for a toy hidden under the cloth after he is getting the concept of object permanence. See, understanding the object exists even when unseen. See, this toy has disappeared after some time. He never search for the toy because he doesn't have a object permanence. See, this object is permanent even after see or you not see the object. The object is there for permanent, but he failed to understand the concept of object permanence. After the 8 months, he is search for the toy. Yes, I have a toy. I am playing with the toy. See, I need the toy. This is called experiencing the object permanence. Next, conservation. What is conservation means? For example, see, this is a glass. The glass is full of water. Here, the same, but this glass is more wide and this glass width is less, but the same water poured in this glass, the water comes this level. So childs think that this glass has a more water, but we have poured the same water, a large and wide glass, and here is a the width of the glass is less, the amount of water is same, but he failed to understand. He's telling that this glass has a more water compared to this glass. This is called lack of conservative thinking. See, knowing quantity stay the same despite the shape changes. See, here only the shape of the glass has changed. The amount, the quantity of water is same. So this is called lack of conservative thinking. See, this conservative thinking is experienced. A child realizes pouring water from short glass to tall one doesn't change the amount. See, this conservative thinking comes in a 7 to 11 years old. Prior to that, he doesn't have a conservative thinking. See, friends, first you have to understand and remind these three key words. Egocentrism, and egocentrism occurs in pre-operational stage. Object permanence occurs in sensory motor stage, and conservative thinking experienced in concrete operational stage. Friends, these are the three keywords you have to remain in this theory, Piaget cognitive development theory. Questions come. We will meet in next video and discuss about Lev-Vygotsky theory. Thanks for watching. From these three keywords. Okay. Next. Next. So